Hi guys, today I'm going to go over Box and Whisker plots. I'd like you guys to watch as I go over page 1, then scroll down to page 2 and complete some practice problems, and finally scroll to page 3 to check over your answers. So a Box and Whisker plot looks like this. There is a box right here, and then these two lines on the other side are supposed to look like whiskers. And it's weird because you actually start with a data set like this, and somehow that data set becomes a box and whisker plot. It's a visual representation of that data set. Let me show you how it's done. So the first thing you have to worry about on a box and whisker plot is putting the numbers in order, which I've already done for us. So notice that 25 is the lowest number and 50 is the highest number. Those 2 points go on a box and whisker plot. So you're going to notice that 25 is right here and 50 is right here. 25 is called the lower extreme. So let me move if it cooperates with me. Come on. There we go. 25 is our lower extreme. It's our lowest number. And then 50, let's see. Yes. 50 is our upper extreme. So those are 2 of the points that go on the box and whisker plot. All right, 3 more points to go. The next thing you do is you find the median of this data set. So I'm going to go ahead and find the median by crossing off numbers on either side until I find the number in the middle. All right, and I found it. It is 35. So that is our median, and we also call our median Q2. So you're going to notice that 35 is on the box and whisker plot. It's inside the box, and that is the median. So let's move over. If it cooperates. I had okay luck with the other ones. There we go. So the median goes on the box and whisker plot. Now the next part's kind of weird. Okay, the next part, you have to split this data set into 2 groups that are the same size. And since I have 11 numbers here, and I have to split them in 2 equal groups, I'm going to end up leaving out the median. So I'm going to split the data set right here and leave out the median. Okay, and then once you split the data set, what you have to do is you have to find the median of the lower half of the data, and then you have to find the median of the upper half of the data. So here I go. I'm on the lower half of the data. I'm finding the median, and I got it. It's 30. That goes on your box plot. I'm on the upper half of the data. I'm finding my median. It is 45. That also goes on the box and whisker plot. This 30 is called our Q1, and this 45 is called our Q3. So allow me to move those. Come on. Oh, yeah. You can do it, guys. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay. So that's how you get a box and whisker plot. And the other thing you need to know about a box and whisker plot is basically by finding the median of 35, I split the data in half, right? This is 50% of the data, and then this was 50% of the data. And then by finding the median of each part of the data, I really now have sections that are 25% of the data. So this whisker right here is 25% of the data. And this part of the box plot is 25% of the data. And this part of the box plot is 25% of the data. And this whisker is 25% of the data. And that makes up all of the data. All right, let's do us a favor and get rid of this. It's an eyesore. Okay, cool. Now I can answer some questions about this box and whisker plot. So the first question I have is, what is the range of the data? Well, you guys know that the range is the biggest number minus the smallest number. The biggest number is here, the smallest number is here. So I would have to do 50 minus 25, and I would get 25. The next question says, what is the median? Now the median you can find right on the box and whisker plot. It's right here, the vertical line inside of the box, and that is 35. The next question says, what percent of people at the gym were 35 or older? So I'm going to use my highlighter feature here as soon as I can find it. There we go. Now they said 35 or older. So here's the portion of our box and whisker plot that are 35 and older. And you notice that I just need to add these percents up. 25% plus 25%. So 50% of the people at the gym are 35 or older. Okay, let me erase that. What percent of the people at the gym were between 30 and 45 years old? I'm still going to use this. So I have 30 and 45 years old. Now, if you look, this is 25% plus 25%. That is 50%. What percent of people at the gym were between 25 and 45 years old? So between 25 and 45 years old, 25%, 25%, 25%, that would be 75% of the data. What age was the youngest person at the gym? So basically what they're asking there is what was the lower extreme? And we know the lower extreme is 25 because it's our lowest data point. And who was the oldest person at the gym? It would be our upper extreme, which is 50. All right, so knowing all of that, let's look at a blank box and whisker plot and see if we are experts now. Here we are. So we know that this is our lower extreme. Man, it's not. No, it's going to cooperate. Yes. That's our lower extreme of 3. That's our upper extreme of 20. The vertical line inside of the box is your median. Then we have the median of the lower half of data, Q1, and the median of the upper half of data, Q3. So it goes lower extreme, Q1, Q2, Q3, upper extreme. Now I can answer some questions about the data. Knowing that each section of my box and whisker plot represents, oh no, what just happened? Oh, okay, we're good. Represents 25% of the data. I almost just had an emergency. All right, we're going to pretend like this video is going great. Okay, there we go. So it says, what is the range of the data? So to find the range of the data, we need to find the biggest number, which is 20, and subtract the lowest number, which is 3. So I'm going to do 20 minus 3, and I'm going to get 17. What is the median of the data? Well, the median of the data is the vertical line inside of the box, which we can see is 11. What percent of people at the park were 15 or older? So I'm going to use my highlighter feature. 15 or older, that's going to be 25%. All right, next question. Go. What percent of people at the park were between 3 and 15 years old? All right, let's see. 3 to 15. That would be 75%. Okay. What percent of people at the park were between 6 and 15 years old? I'm just going to see if this cooperates. Come on. Yes. 6 years old and 15 years old is going to be 50% of the data set. And lastly, they're asking, what age was the youngest person at the park? That's the lower extreme, and we know that that's 3. Then who was the oldest person at the park? That's the upper extreme, which is 20. And now we're experts. So go ahead to page 2, try some practice problems on your own, and then check over your answers on page 3.